Hello there, everybody. It is me, No Name Omens Evans Boar, back with Rule the Waves 3 as France. It is currently May of 1941, and we are in a peacetime budget crunch right now, where I can't really have the navy I want because I don't have money. Um, Now, one thing I'm going to do is I think Clemenceau and Normandy are going to be modernized before the end of this time period, so I'm going to mothball both of them because they are both going to need refits. Leon Gambetta can be mothballed. Um, yeah, all of these are going to need speed boosts pretty soon. I think that the Cosmows at this point just all get mothballed because they're really starting to slow down. Just to save me a bit of money, and it looks like Penleve and Rochambeau can be mothballed because they will be 27 knots by the time of the next war. Actually, frankly, Victor Hugo and Ob they'd slow down by the time by the time the next war starts. So I do think it's worthwhile to mothball those ships if that's going to be the case. Um, just to save on some funds, and that got me about 1,400. I will gladly take a budget change of about 1,400 for some of the machinery taking a little longer. Richelieu might be getting pretty close, but I don't think she's quite there yet. Dunkirk Nantes will probably get there very quickly. Starting to get some on the Degoitois, and yeah, some of the stuff's coming up for rebuilds. But what I wanted to do was I wanted to start working on my aircraft carriers. Um, updating the old ones. At some point that is going to be a machinery refit to like Penleve and Rochambeau. Um, that'll have to be pretty soon. So what I did check real quickly before I actually started this was whether you know whether I can update the Foudre and Foch classes to the all to the same standard. Now the Foudre, it's easy because Foudre, Sirocco, and Commandant Test can be updated to the current standard that Boys Below is on. The issue is the Foch class would need 2 rebuilds to do that. So I think what's going to happen. Oh, actually, maybe only one. Maybe only one for one ship. Um, I think what I'll do with the Foch class is I'll split it into 2 classes. So Airmenches and Yon will be, you know, they will receive one modernization, and then Foch and Le Havre, yeah, Foch and Le Havre will receive the other modernization. So similar modernization packages across the two, but they'll be pretty similar. And I want to get them up to the same standard first, so that I'm not having to design, 3 separate modernizations for a ship class. That is the current episode plan. Or yeah, the current episode plan is to start refitting some of these aircraft carriers. Um, And if I have the budget, maybe throw a cruiser and a couple destroyers in because we're getting to the point where they're gonna need it. Okay, now I am losing money per turn, but we're 2 turns out from these. We're pretty close to the subs. 1 turn out from those. Um, yeah, I have no idea if I'm missing any COs at all. No, Morgus is still in charge of Northern Europe. And the guy's still in charge of the Med. Huber is the guy we put in Southeast Asia who's below average, well connected, because of course. Um, there are probably above averages I'd like to get in charge, like Lanfint, for example. But I'd want Lanfint in charge of Northern Europe, and I think that would be something where I would wait for a war to do that. I really should have done that in the last war, remove Morgus for someone better, but well. Ignore, 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 ignore. One thought is to also try to cut down the number, or maybe cut out another squadron or two of naval aircraft in the reserve if I really need money. Temporary setback in figuring out improved jet engines. Oh, hold on. Did something happen? An unassigned admiral retired. Contra admiral. Oh, a couple above averages there. Tensions with Italy reduced. Okay. Oh, one guy got promoted. So there is a ship that is missing a commander. Which, just grab an average, sure. Thankfully, we will get Descartes back into service here. And hopefully that will kind of fix some of the monetary situation, especially once we get these in, or those returned. Because then I think it's time to just start chucking some of the carriers in for rebuilds to Angled Deck. We've commissioned 4 subs, awesome. Those are, I think, coastal subs. Descartes finished a reconstruction, which means that we should be in the black. Considerable increase in maximum carrier size. Which, okay, an unassigned guy got promoted in that. Okay. I feel like the promotion... Oh, he wasn't in charge of anything. Okay, cool. Did I say brilliant somewhere in here? I have a brilliant in charge of 13th Coastal. Okay, if I need to put that guy in charge of something, I will put that guy in charge of something. Um, okay, so if I open the Mistral design, how big of a increase can we have in terms of size? So this is how big of a carrier we could get. We could bring, oh God, we could get, yeah, we could get like this. 4.5. This is not a bad design. Although I don't know what's going on with the Tersh back graphics. Um, Honestly, it's with the new supercarrier tech, it's very possible that Mistral winds up being a one-off. Although I do kind of want to get a second Mistral class laid down, so she does have a sister. Because it's not a bad carrier, and I'm okay with spending that money on that. I'm aiming for another carrier in 1952, but maybe it is worth it to get a much, much larger carrier and more heavily armored carrier than Mistral. Yes, I guess you will be stuck as a unique design then, probably, just because techs outpaced you. Um, Real quickly, I'm going to go into design ship, and what I want to do is I want to decide on a new deck color. So I'm going to start with this. I'm going to move it up slightly over here. Um, Make it a little dark. Let's add that to custom. Actually, no, here's what. Okay. So I'm going to set 4 to this color as like a flight deck. And I'm just going to start taking a look at some photo or color photos of French carriers or French aircraft carriers on like the internet to just try to get a good grasp on the sort of gray I would actually want on this. Probably lighter than this. Probably lighter. Actually, I think you almost want a little reddish gray. I'm looking at this. Lighter and more regular gray, I think. So a little bit down, a little bit lighter. Like kind of multiple different shades of gray on aircraft carriers, which is one of the problems. This is too light. This is too light. Okay. How's that? I think I want it a little less brown, more gray, and a little darker. Okay, yep. That's pretty close to this color, honestly, but it's not quite exact. It's a little different. It's just slightly off. And the reason I'm wanting to quickly do this is I want to make some more I want to make some elevators. Okay, so let's increase the tonnage to like 50,000 tons. Actually, let's do an auto generate for an aircraft carrier, but then uh clear the superstructure, remove all of those. Okay. So what I'm wanting to do here is I'm wanting to basically create some elevators using this color. And, you know, I do intend on actually using these elevators here. All right, so okay, I'm going to get a rough outline of a carrier deck on 3. Like a proper sized carrier deck for this. Actually, no, let's add a visual. Let's add an elevator. Let's add like, that's small. Who would thought that would have been a good elevator size? Who would have thought that would be a good elevator size? Okay, there we go. Vaguely an elevator. Okay. No, that's off. Okay, I'm going to make this a bit bigger. No, clear it. Um, okay, you know what? Resize. Okay, there we go. Okay. Save equipment shape. So I will do NN elevator dark gray 1. I'm gonna downsize it to there. And what's up here? Elevator, dark gray, one small. Or one small. Uh, I'll say medium. And then we'll go down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Only 8. And then save equipment shape as a small version of that. Okay, I'm gonna move. Actually, no. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna resize the layer about there. Make a little bit more square of an elevator here. Okay, there we go. Um, Save equipment shape. I'll just call this dark gray 2. And then I will downsize it there, and then I'll do dark gray 2 small, or small version, yeah. Okay, cool. I wanted to do some more unique elevator designs. Okay. How about this? I'll do a pointed one. Because I am seeing that on some of the US carriers. Okay. I'll size that down. And then move that one up. Okay. I think that's reasonable. Save equipment shape. I'll say dark gray 3 pointed. I kind of want to do, like, have a little bit of an outline around an elevator. I'm trying to think about how that would be done. If you want to do the outline, you got to meet back at the point where it would close. Let's try it. Let's try it. Okay, so let's start here. Go there. Probably have to shift this down. Oh, here's what. Needed the other way around. Well, let's just paint it white. Okay, so I'm fairly content with the size. I am going to move it down. But I am going to mess with some of the points here. So like this point, more to there. I think that point's good. I think that point needs to be a little higher up. Maybe not higher up. Move that in slightly. Move that in and up a little bit. Cool. Let's just move these down a pixel. Okay, I think that looks good. Actually, I'm gonna resize it up. Like 1, 2. I'm okay with that. Alright, so save equipment shape. So I'm gonna start with this, I'll say white outline. But I'm probably not gonna have another elevator of that description. Let's go back to our nice little custom color. I'm gonna turn on asymmetric. And what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna do a double side elevator. Actually, you know what? Okay, so let's start it here. Although, you know, I can figure out these exact points again later. Okay. It does not at all look perfect right now. Here, let me, no, let's turn that, no. Let's turn 6 into a line. Drag it down there. Didn't quite align. Okay. Okay, cool. So that should, at the very least, kind of help adjust this structure around. All right, so I'm going to actually start this point a little bit. No, hold up, hold up. Okay. 0 point, I want you there. So 1 point, I need you there. 2 point, actually, I've now realized, this probably needs to be about there-ish. Is a slight shift. Okay. I'm gonna make this elevator just a little bit taller. Um, actually, you know what? I want these a little bit closer together. So what I'm going to do instead is move this back down. Instead, I'm going to move this down. Actually, I'm going to move this down even further. Okay. Um, then shift that over, line that better, line these better. Try to get these a little bit more equal in size. Okay. Move layer up to about there, and then save equipment shape as, where is it? And this will just be for the next, next carrier I build. Dark gray, I'm gonna call it dark gray double. And then there is one more elevator shape I think I want to make, which is asymmetrical, and this is found on more recent American aircraft carriers. This would not be found on the Forrestal class, but this would be found in like the Kitty Hawk class and later. Although there isn't an easy way to mirror this, is there? Because I would actually need that looking at this now. Um, Actually, you know what? Here, let's make 6 symmetric. Um, so I'm gonna need, what would it be? A little bit too far, I think. That's too much of a drop. Okay, so we do that. Um, there. And then, just kind of bring it back somewhere. Oh, I know. I think I am gonna resize that up. And then this. Here's what I'm gonna do. This piece is gonna go higher. Oh, God. Nope. Why did that not work? No. That's supposed to be a little higher. So then this. Nope. Okay, fine. Have to try that all over again. Thank you. Thank you, game. Okay. I need that to just go high enough to not be bothered by it. That is all in the wrong spots. How about this? No, I know. How about I don't go all the way over? I'm going to start here, do this, this, that, go back down, cross over, and then go down. So this way I can actually edit this to get the proportions I want. Um, Actually, you know what? Hmm. I think this is actually gonna go closer. Center. Be a little bit off center, but oh well. Oh, got it pretty much on center there, which is not what I want. Is that good? Good proportions? I think that's good proportions. Okay. Okay, let's draw the two parts of this. So, oop, there, there. Let me turn 6 into that. Hmm. I'm gonna do the line on 6, but I think I'm gonna move this one down just a touch. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna move this one down a touch too. Because I think that angle's just a slight bit too harsh. But if that one's gonna go down, then this one's gonna go down further. I have asymmetric superstructure on for 6. Hooray! There we go, fixed it. Actually, I'm not going to bring that all the way over there. I'm going to do that. Do a little thing like that. Bring that one most of the way down. So that should be just ever so slightly rounded, and I can make little adjustments here if I want to. Okay. No, hold on, hold on. Wait, what? I think it's still pretty much in alignment. Okay. Save equipment shape. Dark gray. I'll call it 4 angled left. No, not left, right. That's angled right. That would be in the right side of the ship. Or starboard? God, I gotta get port and starboard memorized. I should know this. I should know that. Okay. So now, this would ideally go on the other side. Um, Although what I can do is I can move that there. I can move that there. Um, that there, and then this here. And then I keep the same proportions. And then, yeah, I can just save this as the other side. Okay, where is it? There we go. So that might come in handy for like the first proper super carrier I laid down. That's more integrated in like the Kitty Hawk design. It's not really integrated into like the Forrestal class. Um, yeah, there we go. There we go. A bunch of new little um elevator models, and everything will complete their rebuilds here, which is fine. Fine by me. And yeah, will be the point where I start chucking some of the other or some of the various carriers into the rebuild pile. As well as seeing like what I need to get machinery rebuilds on. Oh, a new light jet fighter prototype. Maximum speed is slightly higher than what we have. Bomb load's about the same. We have no idea on reliability. Firepower is pretty typical. Maneuverability is typical. Toughness is typical. This is pretty typical. I'll accept it. Okay, and guy of 4th Cruiser has left. We lose a very interesting person, but an admiral. Oh, did we lose Morgues? I think Morgues might have retired. Alright then, with Morgues retired, yeah, go to Northern Europe. Lafont is now in charge of the Northern Europe station. Okay, so if I'm looking at admirals, we have one more in a staff position for an important region. So that would be either Northeast Asia, the Caribbean, or the South Pacific. And I think right now, if I'm actually going to look at the map, um, Southeast Asia is probably the most important of those. Oh, China's just ceased to exist. Well, the Indian Ocean's pretty, or Indian Ocean and West Africa are pretty important too. Um, So we do already have a guy in charge of Indian Ocean, Southeast Asia, and West Africa. So what I'm going to see if I can do is if I can promote this, well, reassign the well-connected guy to a much less important region. Um, so we could reassign, I think South Pacific. I think we reassign him to South Pacific. You gotta go to South Pacific. That work? Why is he in charge of both? Why is he in charge of both? Is that a bug? Maybe a bug. Anyway, reassign. Fine. I will take the hit. I will take the hit to get an above average in charge of Southeast Asia. Um, yeah, screw it. You can take the Caribbean. And then you can take Northeast Asia. That's how I'll have it sorted for now. Okay. So carrier wise, reserve the remaining cruisers. Reserve all the carriers that recommissioned just to see what the costs are like. That's reasonable. At some point, Penleve and Rochambeau will have to be refit. I think one very easy rebuild to do right now is to the Joffre class. which is... Oh, actually, Consideration, what happens if I go down to 3-inch? No, stay at the 4-inch. Radar Tech 6, we need to go up to jet capable. Means I'm going to have to start cutting down airplanes. I think I estimated these were at about... Oh god, 47. Hmm. Yeah, cut down to the 3-inch gun, see if I can get that extra plane in there. Which I can. Although, that does massively increase the rebuild cost. So I guess we're stuck with about 47 planes then. Nope, changing the turret armor actually hurts more. Is there anywhere I can get just a little bit more mass out of this? I don't think light anti-aircraft's the right area to go. 47 planes is not a lot. It's really not a lot. Need the... I'm gonna get more medium, or radar-guided medium AA. I think I still want the heavy anti-aircraft. Maybe in the future that'll get removed, but I think right now this is kind of what I need to do. As I hate to admit it. Oh, I think this would automatically get the steam catapults, so good. Let's remove the airplanes, or the regular airplanes, because I believe we're gonna get to the point of operating, attack jets from these things. Thankfully, it's not too, or this rebuild isn't too expensive. Um, so it's not awful. It was not actually the plane I wanted. So I wanted the attack jet, not the heavy jet. CV jet attack. That's a big plane for the carrier. Oh, given that we have steam catapults now, it should be okay. Although I think the plane models are somewhat oversized too. Um, yeah, okay. This is what I'll go with. We're losing a lot of planes. I'll admit that. It's not great that, we're only going to get 47 air capacity out of these things down from like 78. But that does mean she'll be able to operate heavier jet aircraft. And we are going to pivot to an all jet carrier formation. I mean, for 26,000 tons, I don't think that's awful. And frankly, Penleve and Rochambeau are probably going to wind up similar. Maybe I'd be able to get like 48 on them if I play the refit cards right. Although honestly, I would say if these rebuilds are cheap enough, it's very possible that for the main fleet carriers I want to rebuild, I could just toss them all in right now. And then have an engine rebuild that can go to something else. Alright, so here's the Foudre class. Upgrade the guns, because I think we need more powerful guns. So these do need the angled flight deck. Greater radar, which means that you are probably losing 2 planes and a bunch of light anti-aircraft. Okay. Now I gotta redesign how these look. And I just made all of those little graphics. Um, yeah, I think I will want to actually use them here on the upgrade or updated food rate class. So first thing I'm gonna do is, it's part of me which is like I want to kind of keep this. Part of me is like, eh. I mean, I guess it works. I guess it works. I could convert these over to the gray. No, let's leave them. Let's leave them on the tan. Okay, so structure 3 is the primary one I want to change. Okay, so what's going to happen is probably right about here is where the angled part of the flight deck's going to start. Actually, I could do a really interesting shape like this. Like a little curve almost leading into it. Um, do that there. I'll have to move around some of the secbat. Actually, you know what? Here's what. You are gonna maybe not go all the way in. You're gonna go there. Okay, how do I want to reconfigure the rest of this? Actually, let me look at the actual drawings of a lot, well, not drawings, but like the actual top-down views of a lot of the refit carriers. They're not even refit carriers. Some of these were just, you know, regularly built. Um, I mean, these would be kind of larger carriers, so maybe I do want to look at something more like the midway or the modernized midway class. If I'm doing like a midway, then you are going back here-ish probably. Um, but I'm actually not gonna have that one as far in. Means we'd have an elevator back there. Yeah. Okay. Put that there. Do a bit of an angle on that side. Okay, apparently I've introduced point 12 now. Okay, point 13 was already back there. Probably gonna have to be some significant rework to where the secbat on these is located. Let's maybe put a little less angle on this portion there. Yeah, she'll get stretched out back here, I think, or have that Have that stretch a bit. I might actually bring this portion of the deck out even further. Okay, yeah, for now, I'm gonna do that. 4, I'll completely get rid of. Okay, so what do I want to get rid of? So I need to remove these. First of all, I think funnels will remain in the same locations that they currently are. I'll redo 4 or redo 4 for some of the other stuff. Yeah, clear the entire Tershbat. Or the graphics, I should add. Can't get another, yeah, I cannot get another plane on this. Uh, Honestly, I'm gonna clear all the plane decals from these things, or from this thing. One of the cranes I gotta remove. That one. Okay, gun-wise, asymmetric turret position. Those two, or that one stays. This one's gotta move forward to make room for another elevator. This one's also gotta move forward to make room for another elevator. These ones are gonna have to move over to the side. And then these ones I am going to have to be a little bit more careful with and move, well, not super careful with, but just move them a little bit over. Okay, cool. Graphics wise, goodbye crash barrier. Honestly, I'll see if I can keep that. No, I want to move the 2 octagons. Actually, I think I do want to remove all 3 elevators, just because of how this ship's going to be reconstructed. Um, let's move this a little bit more that way. Eh. And then, okay, so if I do structure 2, okay. Yeah, okay, structure 2 will go there to there. Okay, so now it's encasing a section that doesn't actually exist anymore. So, let's do like this maybe. Um, Actually, no, hold on. Do that. Then 7. Yeah. I guess at some point there's going to be elevators on her, so I should probably, well, not at some point, there's going to be elevators on her soon. So let me add the elevators on. I'm trying to remember which one works best with this. I think I was using tan. Yeah. I'll probably have to mess with or reconfigure that crane again. Um, Actually, you know what? What I'm gonna do? Oh, I know. Would that be in that would be more in the landing zone, wouldn't it? I mean, she's gonna have an elevator there, no matter what. Means I was thinking about putting one here, but actually, no, I could do a double elevator there. It doesn't really get in the way of the landing zone. And what I do with this is you get moved way up. To better rebuild these things into proper aircraft carrier, proper jet capable aircraft carriers. Okay, so here I'm gonna allow you to be a little thing over there. Yeah, here, go down there. So you know what? You go like way back there. Um, 15, 16, 17. I'll adjust that in a little bit, actually. One. Oh wait, no, hold on. 22 should probably stay there. I'll put 21 there then. Okay. It looks like a fairly good layout. I'm pretty happy with that. So structure 1. Okay. You know what? Do like this. We get just a little bit more. Maybe I extend this out a little bit actually. That could be fun to have a platform just extend a bit more out to the side. Okay, so 8. 13. Okay. 13. I'm just gonna go across here. 14. 15. Um. 16. 17 is still all the way down there. So now 17 is up there. We'll extend 1, 2. Okay. Okay, I can see that. Let's fix the crane. Excellent. I'm I'm pretty content with this superstructure. With the new superstructure design, I think we've just completely gotten rid of a central elevator at this point. We've gone full in on the side elevators on this. Or, yeah, committed full to the side elevators on the rebuilt Foudre class. Which, probably an interesting experimentation given the carriers we're currently building. And, yeah. Alright, so structure 4. I'm thinking... Yes, I'm going to start out symmetric on structure 4 because I kind of want to. Actually, let me add some visuals to this. And that would be CV bar T square. Actually, let me rotate this around. Do like this angle. Hmm. There's 2 more I want to put on here. And actually, I can probably do a lot of the rest of that with 4. Actually, I'm gonna set the rest angle maybe 172. 171. Thinking. Actually, I'm saying I like this superstructure. I lied. There's point on 2 I don't like. This. You know what? Here's what I'm gonna do. I'll do that instead. Okay, so there's a CV bar. I'm trying to remember what it is specifically. Broken safety line white. That's what I'm looking for. to kind of make the arrow that these things have. And yes, historically, French aircraft carriers did have an arrow on them, as far as I can tell. It's not the exact one I'm doing here. This isn't like exactly how you do it at all. Any, I wouldn't describe the arrow I'm making as a particularly realistic interpretation of, what they had historically, but it is, it is going to be somewhat close. Okay, let's try 155 degrees here. So it is paying homage to the actual carriers. You know what? Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to set this back to 170. Just shift it over a little bit. And then I'm going to shift this arrow over and change its degree by 1. Change this one by 1. Oh, wait, other way around. That there. Put that there, and that does, actually, I think it was right to be at 155 earlier. Okay. Okay, so, in regards to this, I'm going to go down to about there. Then we're going to go up to there. Over to there. Down again. Up again. And then I'll probably need to adjust this all. Actually, Actually, you know what? Hold on, hold on. No, 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 no. Let's redo this. So this piece goes there. You go there. 4 goes there. 5 goes back. You probably need to go there. Alright, so then 6 actually goes over there. 7 drops down to there. 8, 7 will go down to the bottom of the bar. 8 will go across the bar. 9. 9's gonna go up to there. Ten. Go back there. That for you know what? No, 14 go across. 15 go back. Then 16 go back down. Okay, I'm gonna modify this somewhat. You know what? 2 can go there. 3 can now go down there. 4 over a bit. 5 slightly over to the side. So I'm gonna bring that up there. Thirteen. More of that form back portion. Okay, so I still technically have a few more points if I want to add anything in here. Which I'm trying to decide what that would be. What if I do like this 20 to there, 21 back? Well, actually, hell, I could put that up here. Actually, you know what? No. Would be interesting to actually do like a little curvy bit like this. Probably not particularly worth it though. Eh, I think that works. I think that works. I think that works as a flight deck, or as a flight, as a vague flight deck layout. I might mess around with this just a touch, like move that in about there. But I think this works. That works for the flight decks we've been going for. I do want to add a red bar to the back of it. Um, okay, there is another adjustment I need to make, but oh well. It would be CV bar red. I think it's a dark. That 65 by 45. Yeah, it is. Or what's this set to? 170. So that should also be at 170 then. Which it is. Um. Okay, so it's this piece I want to move. About there. Yeah, I think I'm pretty content with how that looks. Um. Wonder if this is something where I could just save the... I could save the entire design template, but I'm not sure that's really what I want to do right now. There's something... Oh, yeah. There's something specific I was looking for that's been pretty... I've been putting in all my carriers, which isn't at all historical, but it's like, it looked cool. So I did it. And that would be... where is it? I know it's in here somewhere. I am... Oh, yeah, it's up in the bar section. It's the red double. Red dual. That needs to be at 260. Kind of this red double marking where the catch line or the rester hooks are. That's what this is doing. Which I think the arrestor hooks on a carrier do need to be a bit further back, if I'm correct, right? Not really. I mean, I guess on Midway originally they were a bit further back, but we're operating. Yeah, okay, they're probably about right here. Look, let me get the crash barrier going and the arresting hooks. So probably an 85-foot crash barrier. How much are these costing? Oh, okay, 4 months. Which isn't awful at 904. So it's a little expensive. But not an awful rebuild. Not an awful rebuild by any stretch of the imagination. So the crash barrier would probably be like up here or something. If that's what we're... I'm actually just not... I'm going to remove that. I'm just not going to include it because we kind of have that back portion acting or looking like one. So CB arresting gear. Let's go 90 foot. No, let's go 80 foot. Angle seems to be a little weird or a little wonky, but I think we got it. Let me actually move the location of this one maybe a little bit further back. How about there? How about we do like this, and then I set the red bars up to align properly with the arrestor hooks. Okay, that's looking good. Wow, that's looking good. Okay, so 5 and 6 are the actual like main superstructure here. I probably do want to redo that somewhat. A lot, especially with layer 5, and I'm definitely going to want to reconsider what is on top of that. So we got a circle there, rectangle there, mass tripod. Screw it, I'm going to go for like a full superstructure rebuild. Yeah, remove the rangefinder, remove the antenna, move that circle. I'll keep the rest of that. but no. Um, okay, here we go. So, here, I'm gonna bring this guy forward. Okay. I don't think I'm a big fan of how Structure 6 currently looks. Okay, so that I will add more to the top of this, definitely. Um, oh wait, the good part of that was down here, around the crane. Well, okay. Okay, I think that's looking a little bit better than what I had previously. A little less than bulking out the, reconstructing the superstructure, bulking it out a bit more. So how many of these do I actually have right now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 visuals. So that means I have 9 visuals left to both put aircraft on this and construct the rest of the superstructure. So if I want, let's say I want 4 planes. That means I get 5 visuals. Normally I'd consider putting a circle back on there again, because that's what we had before, and I actually think I want to do that. Be like a 10, maybe a 12 foot. Oh, that's too small. I think maybe a 16-foot circle. It's still too small. About a 20 foot. Uh, that's a proper beefy circle. Okay. I have constantly promised that I would put a land-based tank on something. Decal. That is LB tank. I have really, really, really wanted to do this. That rest angle to 180. And now it's a little dome on top. So that's two of the however many I can actually put on this thing. The other, one of the options I know exists here. What if I do the catapult rotating? It's very, very small. There's nothing stopping me from using that as like radar though, right? I actually am going to consider that. Okay, so I've used 2 of the 5 I get. Assume any... I do kind of want like a mast bit here, but I'm not completely sure that's what I... Yeah, that's not really what I'm looking for. A little too big. It would be funny to use a jet fighter actually in the superstructure itself. Like layer a couple things on that, but I'm not sure that's the right call here. Rangefinders are good. Actually, I wanted to go to the land-based and try the field artillery base. Too small. Um, Mass fighting top with cross tree and triangle platform, way too big. Just too big. I'd love for that to work, it's too big. I did try the GE base, right? Yes. Oh yeah, this was the one which worked really well for this. For like having a sort of pole mast sticking through. Okay, so I'm going to do a radar on top of this. Or an antenna. Maybe like a B50. I'll try B 18 foot. And then I want to get... Actually, hold on. I can probably move this back because the tank gun now looks like it's part of the radar. I like line it up properly. Yeah, there we go. And then let's get a catapult rotating. Set rest angle to 90. Put that up there. I like this. I like this carrier. I really, really like this rebuild. This is gonna make these Foudre class carriers feel unique. I kind of wonder if, I could give like these the various carrier layouts I've constructed here to people. So, with all of this done, although some of these are relying on custom decals, which is maybe a little annoying for some people, although I don't think this one is too badly. Um, with all this done, let me put the planes on it. So, not the airplane 4 stuff. Yeah, let's go CV. Let's do heavy jets and attack jets on this. Because, like, that's what these are going to be operating, let's be real. Um, you know, yeah, yeah. So I can't really get one on there. Um, let's set the rest angle to 90 with like another attack jet going up on that elevator. Heavy jets, let's do a little bit of a rest angle on these guys. Okay, yeah, that looks good. I'm happy. I'm happy with how this rebuild is turning out. Alright, I think that is a nice save and finish. And instead of immediately chucking all four in, I'm gonna like chuck two in just so I can grab quick screenshots of you know, what they look like or what they used to look like and what they're gonna become. And yeah, unfortunately this episode's gone a bit long, so I think in order to do the I mean the Foch class would have to be done in 2 steps. Maybe you'll see if I can throw like a cruiser in for an engine rebuild. Like Sully needs one at this point. Yeah, I'll chuck Sully in for the rebuild before the episode's up. And yeah, thankfully you know, thankfully this is gonna modernize. You know, I'm gonna really quickly modernize the carrier fleet before the next war. And you know, if I get what jet attackers and heavy jet fighters, that's going to put me in a really, really good spot next war. If, you know, I'm sitting on Mistral, possibly a sister for Mistral, you know, 4 updated Foudre class, and then, you know, the 12 older carriers updated, especially the Foudre class. Okay, so here's what I'm going to do. Rebuild Foudre and Sirocco. Just to kind of show people, you know, what this class is becoming. And it should still be some time before the Foch class needs an engine refit, so I should be able to chuck them in as well, and then wind up with like you know, 12 modern aircraft carriers. Even something where hypothetically I could halt them in there before or until it's almost time for war, and then well, no, I probably don't want to. I probably still want to keep them in the main fleet a little longer, or active a little longer. Yeah, there we go. So now we can actually get a direct comparison as to a, you know, original Foudre class carrier and a rebuild. Why did I hate the tertiary gun sticking? It's so annoying. But yeah, that will be, you know, that class rebuilt. Yeah, maybe it is smart to not necessarily do the Foudres and Foshes at the same time. You know, stagger the rebuilds out just a little bit. Um, and then the Penleves are definitely going to take the longest, but they're going to need the engine rebuild. So if I hold off a little longer in that and hopefully get a couple more engine techs, that might really, really help out with those. Um, that might help out, get a little bit more weight and get a little bit more air capacity versus the you know, older the Joffre class. Yeah, this will finally get my whole carrier air wing modernized. Did Fosh's wind up a knot faster, or did I design them for 30? I think they did wind up a knot faster. But anyway, last thing I think I should do is just, you know, can't get helipad yet, so hello, replace machinery. Sully, go up to diesels. Let's try removing all these individually, see if that helps. I don't want these in there. What if here's what I might do to fix this. What if I just like change the gun caliber? Alright, cannot upgrade the guns anymore. I can get better radar tech. I could get that if I want to. But, I think it's going to be more worth it to get an additional medium anti-aircraft gun. And if we're doing this, we might as well upgrade the SecBat to more powerful, or yeah, more powerful 3-inch guns. And yeah. Secondary mount graphics mismatch. I don't care. What would late Dreadnought give me? Yeah, no. Stick with Dreadnought. Stick with Dreadnought style. Yeah, I think that's good. Reliability diesels. This hopefully this rebuild will last. And then missile wise, yeah, she's got reloads. So yeah, Sully, it's time for an expensive rip out your engine, put in a new engine to get you back up to 28 knots. And you know, congrats, you're also getting a bunch of other upgrades. I am with Leon Gebetter and Victor Hugo strongly considering going to the all center line layout with them, doing the multiple successive rebuilds. Probably not a next episode thing, maybe the episode after that. But, too many ships at this point are starting to slow down. Which means I'm going to have to rip their engines out and put new ones in. And, yeah, that's going to get expensive pretty quickly. Like, that's a 12-month rebuild for that engine refit compared to, like, these, which are only 4 months. Anyway, I think that's the episode done. We do have, destroyers are also getting pretty close, and I can build larger destroyers, so, that might also happen next episode, too. Like a, second version of the Mogador class, which is a little bigger, and, a little faster. I want to get that 33 knots of speed. Yeah, that might be 33 knots of speed with, like, identical armament. So, anyway, thank you everyone for watching. This has been me, No Name 117 Spore. I think next time we will actually redesign, at the very least, 2 of the, Foch class aircraft carriers into, proper jet capable super aircraft carriers. Or maybe not super carriers, but, modernized jet capable aircraft carriers. And, yeah. Links to my Discord as well as Community Rule the Waves Discord are down below. You can join my Discord if you want notifications on these videos and any live streams I do, and you can join the community Discord for Rule the Wave stuff. It's officially recognized but not actually official, and I probably mainly hang out there. Once again, thank you Matrix, Slytherin, and Naval Warfare Simulations for the free copy of this. I wonder how you're liking my carriers. Anyways, I will see you all next time. Bye!